What is up, guys? Smooth here, back with another Minecraft video, and today we're going to be doing a command block creation that brings Spider-Man into your vanilla world. If you enjoy these type of videos, I also did another one in the past that adds Deadpool into your vanilla world using command blocks, so that'll be somewhere in the description or somewhere on the screen so you guys can check that out. But in the meantime, let's get right into this one. So this command block creation is a little bit different in that it's not a command or two that you just add to any particular world, but this one is actually a ton of commands and it's in a world download that you can see over here. So you already have a pre-built city. And this was made by McMacastine, by the way, so feel free to check out his YouTube channel as well as his Twitter. He's a very, very talented YouTuber and his creations are consistently very well done. So you can go over here and click the redstone and you'll see it has an absolute ton of command blocks. Now I'm not going to showcase, wow, I didn't see that before. Statue of Liberty in the background. Looks pretty awesome. Anyhow, you'll see that it takes a lot of command blocks for this to actually get done. So it's pretty intricate and it does add a lot of different features. On top of downloading the world, you're going to also want to add the texture pack. But in the meantime, let's just step on this pressure plate and get back to the feature. Now, he also made something really convenient in that everything you need is in this particular chest. So the world's already kind of been set up for you. So first, let's go and open this up. And let's skip getting the actual Spider-Man suit, and I'd show you how you would do this regularly. So let's grab a golden apple. I already have one in here. Let's grab, oops, not that one. Let's grab a diamond, and let's grab a nether star. As well as, where's the spider egg? Sticky block spider egg, where do they put it? I guess I'm gonna have to grab one manually over here. So let's grab a spider egg. So basically, you're gonna wanna create some polonium, which is basically like, the radioactive thing that'll cause the spider to become radioactive. So first, let's grab this nether star, throw it here, diamond, golden apple, and you'll see right over here we now have polonium. Well, before I actually get into it, let me get into game mode 0. So let's get into survival mode, and I'm gonna pick it up, and you'll see that as soon as I pick it up, I get a wither effect. So see, it's right here. It's polonium. Let me throw it. Yeah, that thing will damage you pretty good. Let me actually grab a golden apple here and eat it quickly, so that way when I fight this radioactive spider, which is pretty strong, by the way, he won't completely wreck me. And I have diamond armor, but the speed on it is crazy. So let's go. All right, there we go. So you'll see it has all these particle effects, and it's really strong. So let me just aggro it a little bit, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's really fast, really strong. But I guess with all my armor and the regen, it's not too bad anymore. I did this before with no armor, and it was such a bad idea. All right, so let's finish this guy off. Let's get some crits in there. Oh, man. All right, there we go. So you'll see that I now have all this stuff in my hotbar. So let's go over here. Now, you also want to take all the other stuff out of your hotbar, because once you equip this stuff, it'll actually add some items in here. So let me actually take away the golden apple effect. So let's go back into creative mode quickly. Get some milk. There we go. Drink this up. All right, so we're good to go. So let me put this back away. Let's get this out of here. Go back into survival mode and put this stuff on. So take off all this gear over here. Now again, you always want to keep the hotbar clear for this. It can get a little bit buggy if you don't. So you put all the stuff on, and you'll see I have all these new items in my hotbar. And you'll also notice that I have a saturation 2 effect, a jump boost, and resistance 4. So if you jump regularly, you'll see you do jump you do jump a little bit high. I think I might be able to get on top of like this corner block over here. So that's a block and a half. But if you hold shift and then press jump, you can super jump. So it's a nice little awesome Spider-Man-esque effect. But all these items inside your actual inventory have an effect as well. So the first one is punch. It's basically just a retextured sword, and it's pretty strong. It does a lot of damage. So let's take some of these zombie pigmen and test out how much they can actually take. So let's see, let's put one down over here, let's punch him. Let's see, 2 hits, 3 hits, 4 hits, 4 hits. So it looks like it's roughly about as strong as a diamond sword, I want to say. It doesn't seem too OP, so let me actually compare it to a diamond sword and see how well that works out. So let's see, spawn this one over here. Let me see, 1 hit, 2 hit, 3 hit. Also, it's actually a little bit weaker than a diamond sword. That's surprising. All right. So next up, we actually have the climb wall. So this one, it's kind of strange in how it functions, but it has a cool effect that it does. So let me go to a local wall over here. You're gonna wanna throw this. So it also drops you to the floor as you do it to make it a little bit less OP, but I'm gonna approach this wall, I'm gonna jump up and start throwing this, and I'm gonna just spam my Q, and you'll see that I now am climbing up the wall. Now this is really effective, but the thing is that if I was to like just hold it down, it's a little bit slower. You'll see I fall. So you wanna spam press the Q. It's a little bit annoying, but once you get used to it, you can become a pretty efficient climber. So next up, let's go to the swing slash pull mechanic. So this one is just a retextured fishing rod, but it doesn't work like you would normally think. So this was done in 1.8.1. So it's not, I think this probably could be done a lot easier in newer versions, but you'll notice that if I hook onto something and I press it again, I'm not actually climbing on it. So you have something over here called, actually it's down here. So let's take a little bit of fall damage. Let's go over here and let's grab something called a sticky block. So actually that's for my special attack. I need that. Let's get rid of these spawn eggs for now. So you actually put a sticky block on top of something. Wait, where did that, what am I doing? All right, so let's go back in here, grab those sticky blocks. There we go. And when you place a sticky block, it basically creates an anchor location where you can hook your spider web. So let's put it, let's say right over here. You see. Can I get up on this thing? Let me see. Jump. Yeah, I can. All right, I guess going on top might be better. So there, once you press it down, it has to be on top of the block apparently. You'll get this this glowing, not this glowing effect, but this particle effect over here. So let's go and press swing pull and aim it at that specific spot. So you'll see it has a green particle effect after you latch onto it, but let's do it again. And then after you press it, you'll swing forward. And you'll see I'm still swinging forward. Pretty cool effect. Now he actually already added a handful of them along the along these little things over here. So let's climb up this wall, spam my Q really quickly, and see if I can find some. Okay, so you have one over here. Let's see if we can see another one in that area. But he kind of made it so that way you already have a handful of spots that you can swing to. So let's latch onto this guy right over here. Let's see if I can hit it. Got it. So I'm swinging now. Is there another one over here? There it goes. Let me pull myself forward, and you'll see it has a really cool swinging effect. I wish it could be done on any particular block instead of having to put a sticky block first, but it's still pretty cool. I mean, you can definitely make some really awesome obstacle courses. It almost reminds me of this really old Super Nintendo game. Is it Super Nintendo? I think so. The Toy Story game, the original Toy Story, where you would use Woody's little hook to grab onto certain spots. A very cool effect. Next up we have is the shoot missile slash barrier. So this one is also pretty interesting. So if I just point it over here, let me see. Actually, let me get some spawn eggs. I think I need to aim at something for it to be done. Let's put this away. Put down a couple pigmen. All right, so let's shoot the missile barrier. Why is this not working? And what is shooting at me? Interesting. Is this bugged out? Oh, I think I might already have one over here. This is kind of interesting. So let's. There it goes. All right. So once you shoot it, I guess at the floor, it'll create this well, to them it's kind of like an invisible barrier, and they can't get through it. But you can actually walk through it yourself. Let me just let me change this up here so I don't go through it. So you'll see I get over here and I can walk through it, but they can't do a thing. Pretty cool. Pretty. Very cool effect. Now you can actually change the spot if you point it at a different location. So let's go right over here. There it goes. So now that wall is removed and you have a new one over here. And you could do a lot of potential damage with this. In terms of like just getting behind over here and just having them, you know, just spam clicking them. They can't really do anything to you. So next up we have the shoot web. All right, so let's just throw this at them and you'll see you can spam this essentially and it just puts web blocks wherever they're standing. This is also pretty OP because for almost anybody that doesn't have a speed potion, you're gonna go through these webs very slowly. With both of these web effects combined, you're pretty much impossible to kill for mobs, I wanna say. It's really OP. Now this next one over here is the special attack, and I can't access it normally unless I get 40 kills. So you'll see if I try to place it down, or try to throw it or anything like that, it's not gonna work. So I'm gonna pause the video quickly. I'm gonna get 40 kills, and you'll see in the bottom left corner, you need more kills. So I'm gonna do that quickly, and then I'm gonna show you how this effect works. All right, so I kind of learned something the hard way. I actually killed 40 things manually. I thought I did a little bit quickly using like splash potions, but you can only actually use this special attack once every 40 kills. So I decided to do the command for it, so let me show you how the command is done. You type in /scoreboard space players space set at P kills 40. Now make sure that kills is with a capital K, so you're gonna press enter, and you'll notice that my special attack now is glowing. So let me put down some enemies so you guys can see what it does. So we have a ton of zombies, and let's press Q to throw it, and you'll see I have this particle effect going around me, and they all get nuked instantly. So let's do that one more time so you can see it without them. That was a lot of noise too. So let's see. Just copy and paste that. It's now glowing again, so let's throw it, Q. And I can't move while this is happening. Yeah, nice, really cool AoE type attack. Anyway guys, that is the gist of this Spider-Man command block creation. It's really well done. I mean, you could check out this world. Actually, he wasn't sure where the original world was downloaded from, but it's a pretty decent rendition of what New York City is supposed to look like. So that's about it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please leave a like if you did, as it does help me out a lot, and subscribe if you want to see videos similar to this one in the future. My name is Smooth, and I'll see you all later. Take it easy, guys.